Okay, great. Well, I'm going to get started with the presentation here today. My name is Anne-Marie Edgar, and I'm the Executive Director of Make a Change Canada. Welcome to our information forum. We like to call this Find Your Fit with Make a Change Canada. Today is Thursday, February the 15th, 2018. Joining me today from our staff is Doug Tardif. Doug is our team leader. He's been with Make a Change Canada now for over 10 years, and Doug's located in New Brunswick. As well, Mary Alton is joining us. Mary's also in New Brunswick, and she's also been with us for just about 10 years now. Now, as well, we have Rory Case joining us, and Rory is our online community and content coordinator, and she's recording today's session. Finally, Darcy Kerr is here to provide our ASL services for the deaf and hearing impaired. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I'll just first give you an overview of what we'll cover in today's session. We're really going to focus in mainly on our programs and services. Yeah, but as well, I will be highlighting some client success stories and outcomes from our programs, and as well, focusing in on what it means for us as a charity, as a national charity. So really the full range, but we'll really be focusing on our programs and outcomes for the most part. I want to make it clear to everyone from the outset that I have the permission of any of the individuals mentioned during this presentation through success stories to use their stories and their photographs. So that's all been covered off through consents. So just as a brief overview, we have two programs in our organization. One is the Business Abilities Program, and that's an online career development and business planning program. Secondly, we have the online Web Essentials Web Advanced program, and that is another program teaching digital technology and design skills. Finally, we just started up a social enterprise this year, and it's called Rogers Fire Nuggets. And really the idea with Rogers Fire Nuggets is to create meaningful job opportunities for all Canadians. It's great to begin with some history regarding our organization. So our organization was originally started through the Community Futures British Columbia organization, and our name was Canadian Society for Social Development. Now this was back in 2004. We became a federal corporation in 2004, and then we also received our charitable designation in 2005. Right at the very beginning, we ran some pilot programs, and we were the recipient of the Minister's Award for Excellence in Innovation, and also the National Award for Community-Based Learning Opportunities, pardon me. So really, we began our program specifically serving people living with disabilities. But in 2008, that brought a change where we opened up our web development training program to anyone wishing to gain a certificate in skills in web development. In 2015, more recently, we became a community coordinator organization, which really gave us more wide of an opportunity, more tools to use in supporting our clients in our programs. So that was really great for our organization as well as for our clients. We changed our name to Make a Change Canada, and we also became accredited nationally under the Imagine Canada Standards program. Recently, in 2018, we've gained certification through Employment and Social Development Canada as an educational institution. So that allows us to offer our training programs and to be able to issue tax certificates to the participants when applicable. what it boils down to here for us at Make a Change Canada is that, in really reflecting back on our history, we have a strong history in providing online training programs. We're really the pioneer in the field of online training for people facing employment challenges. And to date, we have served over 2,500 clients through our programs. So I hope that gives you a good sense starting out here of just where we're coming from in terms of our history and where we're headed in the future. We have a brand new mission statement and a brand new vision statement as well, and you're more than welcome to visit our website and take a gander over really our new sense of direction as an organization. So what guides us? To develop and deliver online training, programs, and mentorship to anyone facing barriers to employment. We are a hub for job seekers, employers, and partner agencies seeking to empower themselves or others to realize their full economic, social, and human potential. So turning now to our participants. So who really takes our programs and why are they coming our way for our programs? Again, we have the Business Abilities Program and Web Essentials Web Advanced. Now, Business Abilities is specifically for people who self-identify as living with a disability. So that's really a lot of the reason why they're coming our way is because they need a flexible learning environment to work around day-to-day challenges. They want to develop or expand their skill set. Now, Web Essentials Web Advanced is open to anyone meeting the eligibility requirements. So generally, of course, our clients are all looking to increase their earnings. A lot of them want to work from home, but that isn't necessarily the case all the time. Some are seeking employment in the community as well. Clients coming to us for the Web Essentials Web Advanced program, a lot of them want to build and maintain their own website. So that's a real draw. And finally, what we're really finding with our clients is they're looking for quality programming and individual service. So we're hearing that more and more from our clients. So this is my one joke throughout the whole presentation. I must say that our clients are generally people just like us who are lucky to enjoy anytime coffee breaks. So super flexible online training programs that we have here. Benefits of our programs, sort of expanding on what I said just a few slides back. So both programs are online again. And Business Abilities is a free program, so that's a real benefit. It's fully funded through the Government of Canada Opportunities Fund for Persons with Disabilities. And then the Web Essentials Web Advanced program is a fundable program. So those are real benefits to people who necessarily can't afford program fees. So that's a real benefit. Number one, though, our clients can work when they want and continue to meet their daily obligations. They receive one-on-one assistance when needed and ongoing support. They can network with other participants and also gain exposure for their work. For instance, we run an annual website competition, and as well, we put together a desktop calendar that features the artwork and photography of some of the clients in our programs. Clients are allowed to maintain their freedom, mobility, and options. And this is something I've really come to realize over the years. It's not uncommon for our clients to move from one city to another, and they're able to continue participating in our program. So a move doesn't mean that they have to give up their learning and moving forward in their career. I've also seen a lot of clients pick up a job, either part-time or full-time. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of options for, just maintaining your living location, being able to pick up a job in order to supplement your income. Okay, so taking it a little further, who are our clients? As we said in our mission statement, we're serving really anyone who is facing employment challenges. So that includes older workers, youth, parents with disabilities even, and Indigenous peoples. We're seeing really the full range of population in terms of age. We have clients coming to us with a formal education and some without any education. We have clients who are employed or unemployed, rural, remote areas, or right in the heart of the city. Experienced entrepreneurs and those that are just getting their feet wet in the world of business. So the whole gamut really in all areas. And what brings them to Make a Change Canada? So again, it really seems to be the type of programming that we offer. The fact that we're offering technology skills training as well is a big draw. Yeah, and our services and our supportive environment. So it's really a lot of reasons bringing clients our way. And I really like this visual here, and just to give you a bit of background, we did a research study back in 2011, 2012, 2013. It was quite extensive and longitudinal. And this is what came out of the surveying was we developed these word bubbles. And it really shows you the prevalence in certain areas of clients coming our way. You see here, children, university, business, graduates, older, parents. So yeah, I think this just gives you a good feel for the clients coming our way. And as really shown here, the prevalence is people living with disabilities, definitely. And at the heart of it all is really the personnel. And I've really got to say that we hire in our Business Abilities program seasoned entrepreneurs, and our clients really appreciate that. So I'm going to speak a little bit more in depth about the Business Abilities program. Really what it consists of is the website resources. So there we have reading material, instructional videos, and a lot of useful business links. Clients move through the program and they complete worksheets. And the coaches, they're there, the business coaches, and here's Doug Tardif, who's in the room with us today. And they're reviewing the worksheets all the time and giving really great feedback to the participants in the program. We have weekly webinars with staff and guest speakers coming in as well. And again, just the business coaching. Our business coaches are here providing feedback and ongoing support to the participants in the program. So how does the Business Abilities program work? Well, first off, it's made up of specific modules that clients move through during their participation in the program, right from Module 1 up to Module 8. And then once the clients have completed those 8 modules, they move into Phase 2 of the program, which is Business Startup. Modules 1 and Modules 2 consist of career decision-making and business research. And I've got to say that in our program, we're really serious about the business research. So that's the opportunity for the clients to get out in the community and really discover whether there's a need for their particular business, and there's going to be able to charge the money that they need in order to really have a viable business and earn a living from that. So that's really where it all starts, but then they move into the specifics of determining how they're going to be selling their business services or product, how they're going to form their business, whether to be an entrepreneur or to form a limited company or some other form of business, such as a new worker cooperative. There's a module on home business, what it means to be running a business from home. There's all the typical in-depth work on setting the pricing and getting that right. So it's super important to determine a break-even point for the business. And then finally, drawing out the financials to go into the business plan and bringing the business plan together. Now, if a client comes into the program and initially discovers or feels that they're really not set out to be starting a business, then we do have a pre-employment module, and clients can go through those series of modules, and we can help them seek employment in the community. So, what about the eligibility for the Business Abilities program? So to be eligible, Business Abilities clients must be self-identifying as having a permanent physical or mental disability that restricts their ability to perform daily activities. There's no paperwork required, so that's really nice. There's no medical reports or substantiation of the disability required. Clients must be legally entitled to work in Canada, and that's according to the relevant provincial and federal legislation and regulations. They must require assistance to prepare for, obtain, and keep employment or self-employment. They must have the ability to work either in the English or French language. So the program is bilingual as well. They must not currently be collecting unemployment insurance or within the last 3 years or 5 years in the case of maternity leave, but exceptions can be granted. So I really do want to encourage anyone considering the program just to go ahead and apply. It's really accessible. There's really no one who I've seen really turned away over the years. So there's been a few that that didn't have the support in the community to be able to participate, but really it's really an accessible program, and I would encourage everyone considering applying to go ahead and apply. Okay, so this is really interesting. As mentioned, we're serving strictly people with disabilities in the Business Abilities program. And this text bubble came out of the study that I mentioned from a few years back as well. What disability types are disclosed to us? Now you can see here that there's definitely a lot of injuries. People have experienced injuries, so there's been an impact on mobility. Our clients live with an awful lot of chronic pain as well. So that's very prevalent, but we're really serving the whole range of disability types in our programs. But there's a prevalence definitely of people living with mental health issues. Anxiety is a big factor, depression, some disorders, bipolar disorder. There are people with learning disabilities, people who have experienced strokes and head injuries, but really the whole gamut. You think of that we've served clients in that particular disability area. What came out of this study was really striking for us. There were some findings that, you know, even though we see the applications coming in on a daily basis, until we did this study, we really didn't have, I guess, the feeling for what our clients are going through on a day-to-day basis. And what really came through was that a high majority of our clients are living with chronic pain. Our clients are typically living on $1,000 a month or less. And though despite the high level of pain and the low income, what our clients reported was that their quality of life was equally high. So, I mean, it just doesn't seem to make sense. If you're struggling with mobility, with pain daily, you know, struggling to get by financially, how can you rate your quality of life so highly? But that just really speaks to the clients coming into our program, very motivated, really looking to make a change in their life. So I thought I'd share that with you. We found it really, really interesting. Okay, so I'm going to turn now to our IBDE program at this point here. So IBDE is our Web Essentials Web Advanced program. We like to tag this as Home of Canada's original online web development skills training program. We have the two programs in IBDE. One is the 6-month Web Essentials program, and the other is 4.5 months Web Advanced. Now, these programs are really comparable comparable to anything you're going to find in the traditional college system. They're very comprehensive. They're very efficient. So we move clients through the training a lot more quickly than you would see in a college or university. But the training received, the skills received is absolutely comparable to what's being gained through the more formal educational system. The Web Essentials program involves 9 courses over 6 months. And graduates earn a certificate in web development and design. The program cost is $3,995. The Web Advanced program is 4.5 months in length. It's 4 courses long. And graduates earn a certificate in advanced web development and design. And the program fee is $495 per course. A little bit more about IBDE. So there are, as I said, 9 courses in Web Essentials. So it goes from the orientation session through to an overview of the internet, getting into sound web design, so site design and theory, and some of those tools that are used, such as wireframes and mockups. Moving into Photoshop, there's 2 courses, Introduction to Web Graphics and Advanced Web Graphics. And then we have HTML and CSS programming. So it's getting into the coding as well. And then IBDE 112 here is teaching site design with libraries and frameworks, which is the latest technologies using Bootstrap. And website marketing and maintenance. So the idea here is, yes, you can build a website, but if nobody is visiting that website, then it's really been, not the best use of your time. So doing the marketing to accompany the website. And finally, there is a practicum component in the final course, the instructor supervised final website project. The Web Advanced programming is teaching some advanced coding skills in PHP and MySQL. And these are really sought after skills in today's labor market, as well as by paying clients in the community. Then we have a tools for SEO course. So that's search engine optimization. So more in-depth studies into optimizing websites to draw traffic. And finally, there's a practicum project building a standalone site using WordPress content management system. The focus is on blogging, but it is a fully configured WordPress site on a server. So those are great skills as well. Now, this is really interesting, and this is usually where I start to get really excited. I can think back to a time 2007, 2008, 2009. And we really only thought of the program then as leading to being a web developer. We thought that really that was the only outcome that could be expected. And I've got to say that our students felt pretty restricted in the program at that point in time. And meanwhile, the competition in that sector of our society was so tight. So I think our clients felt quite jammed into one particular career direction, and at the same time they would face a lot of barriers breaking into the industry. But we really started speaking with our graduates, and it was astounding what we were discovering from them. So we've definitely identified some typical sort of backgrounds of clients coming into the program and outcomes that can be achieved. So definitely there are careers in information technology that are achievable. We have graduates working as web programmers and developers, mobile apps builders, webmasters, web and graphic designers, e-commerce site builders, and this is really interesting, project managers as well for IT projects. We certainly still have clients coming into the program who are entrepreneurs and want to build a business website. Definitely, that's a great reason to come into the IBDE program because there's currently a tech boom going on, and the cost to hire others to do that work for you and just could be phenomenal. So it can be a good choice for a new entrepreneur to take this program. We have entrepreneurs, small business owners specializing in communications and social media services, and being e-commerce advisors as well. This is really interesting. This third career stream is in administration. So we do have a certain proportion of applicants coming our way who are older workers who have had wonderful careers, have some form of education behind them, have had wonderful careers in the past, but have no longer the ability to attract the interest of employers when they're out applying for work. So this is just a really neat trend that we've seen, is older workers coming our way, picking up the technology certificate, and then they can walk into a job interview and say, I can update your website, I can write your blog, yes, I can do your social media, and I can also do a little bit of design for you on the side here. So what's happening then is that places those individuals ahead, even of, say, younger applicants in the job market, and successfully landing jobs with chambers of commerce, school districts, real estate offices, regional districts. So this is particularly satisfying for me to see these wonderful outcomes and see people successfully re-engaging in the labor market again and really doing what they want to be doing for a career. So we're seeing graduates working as webinar assistants, technical administrative assistants, technical customer service reps, online communications coordinators, and as well we have applicants who want to become virtual assistants. And doing virtual assistants nowadays, clients will be asking to have websites built and materials designed. So it's not just about using Excel or Word. You'll be called on for more than just that sort of work. Okay, so finally, and this was really exciting for us to begin to unearth, is clients coming to us with a marketing background. So perhaps working previously in event management, maybe doing print media, sort of the outdated print media design, but coming to us to get the up-to-date skills and being able to work with digital technologies. The outcomes that we're seeing is graduates working as web marketing coordinators, bloggers, blogging and social media coordinators, and online communications coordinators. So there's an awful lot of outcomes possible through the IBDE Web Essentials Web Advanced program. And as the caption says at the top right, the demand for IT skills is rising at an unprecedented rate. So there's definitely a huge call for trained individuals to work in the industry. And really where we see that our clients have a niche is they can sort of serve the mid-level, where the graduates from the university with, say, computer science, engineering degrees are getting hired out very, very quickly after graduation, but that leaves this middle ground where who's going to serve business today? And we need people still to serve business in our population. So our clients are definitely filling a niche in that. So a little bit now just about the eligibility for the IBDE program. It's really open again. The entry is not a barrier. We're only looking for a grade 12 graduation status, or we can accept mature student status into the program based on previous education and experience. Really, it's important, I think, that our clients have an interest in learning web design, so a specific interest in learning web design, basic or intermediate level of computer skills. They must have a computer that's suitable for the program and must have the ability to commit to the 20 to 30 hours per week to their studies. And the workload does vary by course, but it really is an intense program, so applicants should be prepared for that time commitment. So what about for our advanced program? So we're specifically looking for graduates from our essentials program moving into our advanced program, but we're also open to accepting professionals working in the industry already who want to come back and take some of our courses as well. So the programs, first off, the application process is online. There's a basic computer skills assessment as well, and a 30-minute telephone interview. We have an upcoming intake of Web Advanced this July 30th, 2018. And our next Web Essentials intake is January, sorry, that should say 2019. So a year from now, we just had our intake for the year start, but we're also opening up a youth intake this July 2018, specifically for youth. And that's going to be pretty exciting because that will involve a lot of life skills as well built in, not just the technology training, but mentoring the youth to attach to the labor market and find employment. So we're planning that. And so if you know of any youth or a family member who's sort of in that stuck place, please encourage them to apply or to give us a call, and we'd love to speak to them about that intake coming up. So IBDE is an online structured curriculum. I think that's really important. It is flexible in terms of allowing students to study really at any time of the day, any day of the week, but it is highly structured in terms of the courses and curriculum. There are live classroom sessions, usually on a weekly basis. So that's really nice that there's direct contact with the instructors and other participants in the program. The instruction in the program is based very heavily on video tutorials, and that's super nice. So it's very visual and easy to follow along with. And as well, both of the programs involve practicums, which really gives the graduates that real on-the-ground experience where they've been able to build something real world to add to their portfolio. Okay, well, that's really a lot of what I've had to say about our programs. That's really in a nutshell. If you have any questions at all at any time, please feel free to contact any of our staff for more details and visit the websites as well. So I think at this point, I'm just going to turn to speaking a little bit more about participants coming out of our programs as well. I'm going to call on Mary Alton and Doug Tardif just to add a few thoughts. But these are sort of my thoughts of what I've noticed over the years about our participants. Really, our participants as a trend are coming in as being talented. So they may already be digital or physical artists, painters, photographers, or craftspeople as well. Savvy, I would say that our participants are savvy. They're often educated. They're great communicators, and they're technically adept. So it's not uncommon for us in an intake to have a participant who can break down a computer and build it back up again. Just really amazing individuals coming into the program. Our clients are also determined. There's a huge motivation there, and really our clients knock our socks off in terms of their commitment. But the underlying factor is that our clients are generally stuck. So for one reason or another, either they haven't ever entered the labor market, or they've got a great career behind them, but they've reached this point where they're stuck and they need a solution. So, or maybe they're from a particular identifiable group in our population and face barriers in that respect, such as someone who's transgendered and maybe feels they wouldn't be, do well, let's say in a certain learning environment, bricks and mortar or whatnot. So you name it. There's clients coming to us for all sorts of reasons, but I would say that's the underlying common factor is that they're stuck. That's what we're here for. And I wonder if anyone has any questions at this point in time, or Doug or Mary, if you'd like to come on and just share any of your thoughts about our programs working with our clientele. If there's just something that I haven't mentioned at all. Hi, Doug.
Hi, I'm back. Hey, Mary. Sorry. As you were speaking, and I was making some notes, and it occurred to me that in the Business Abilities Program, we have seen some major changes, and the biggest change, I think, that I've noticed, and it's not a sudden realization, it's been a gradual realization, is that the businesses have changed enormously over the years that our clients want to start or they're involved in already. And it was a time when we would have individuals who wanted to start a business and earn perhaps another $500 or $1,000 a month. And we still have those coming in, but we have a great variety of businesses now that we have never seen before, and some are quite, they're significant undertakings. I'm going to give you 4 different types because they span the entire spectrum. We have a client right now who is working with drone technology on the West Coast in the fisheries area. Absolutely amazing things that he wants to do with that particular business. Over the years, we've had very successful business launching a mushroom growth and harvesting business in New Brunswick. Just an incredible success story for this individual. We've had gunsmiths. I've had filmmakers. And what it does, it's really exciting and it's empowering to have all of these different varieties, because as business coaches, and we all come from the private sector, we all have our own companies, we've all been in business and involved in various businesses. But where else would I get the variety of businesses on a daily basis unless I were working with Make a Change and in the Business Abilities Program? So it keeps us as business coaches on our toes. We have to be pretty well informed on pending legislation, for example, and things that are coming along. We have the traditional businesses where we have other clients who have been successful or have been working in that sector. So that helps us an awful lot, having a reference point to have. But it's the new stuff coming in as well that I think is one of the most exciting things for me. The thing I think that really speaks highly for the programs that we do offer is the high incidence of clients who come back after they've graduated from IBD, for example, or they've been in the BA program and they've been running their business, perhaps successfully, but they want to come back and have reacquaint themselves with their business coach, get involved with us again because they want to move it to the next level. And that speaks very highly to the coaching staff that we've got at Make a Change. And it makes us feel absolutely wonderful. We feel we're doing something worthwhile and that we have the competencies in order to take them to the next level as well. So there's a great degree of trust, and we're grateful for that type of relationship. It's unusual in the sector that we serve, and it's unusual as a service provider as well. I can attest to that. So those were my thoughts today, Anne-Marie. I think if you have any questions, by the way, you can either raise your hand or type them in, and I'll answer them.
Any questions or comments? I don't know if Ken or Toby have any comments, or Dennis, if you have any questions, we're always happy to answer them. Yeah, and I wonder, let's see. I know Dennis is on his mic, but maybe not any questions. But yeah, just feel free to either type in the chat area any questions you might have or comments. What about you, Mary? I think I'll call on you and just get some extra insight from your perspective. You work as our employment case manager, and you worked for quite a long time as well in the Web Essentials Web Advanced program. And yeah, you really have been the voice of our organization to the public for so many years. So, you know, what are some of your reflections, or is there anything that I missed in what I've spoken about today?
I think you've done thank you, Anne-Marie, to start off with, and thank you. I think you've, you know, given everybody a really, really good overview of sort of what we do here at Make a Change in some of our programs and services. And in both what you and Doug have said, I think the thing that has struck me today as we were talking, and even with what Doug just discussed, is the diversity, I think, of our clients and maybe the current situations that they're in terms of goals and what they want to achieve, maybe some of the challenges they've faced to date. One thing I've always loved about working with the organization is, I believe, from just the team and seeing the people that we have in the various positions that are supporting clients, and as well in just the needs of the clients themselves. I really love that there is very much a one-on-one approach of trying to meet clients where they're at with that current time. You know, granted, we have a framework, like many online programs need to keep things somewhat structured. Yet I feel like there's always opportunities and willingness to think outside allow clients to feel supported and to be able to approach us in such a way to say, you know, maybe this isn't working for me. Can we look at a different approach? Is there another way that we can still accomplish what I need to accomplish? I just don't find this particular method is maybe helpful for me, or I just find it's too difficult. So I think that's really an important thing in any program, and with the type of flexibility we have with this online environment, I think it does give us some different opportunities to look at structuring things in such a way that it could potentially work well for the client. I love too that we are able to get to know our clients at such a you know, a personal level, because I think that's important. It really, I think each and every one of us who are here feel very blessed to be able to have an opportunity to work with, you know, such amazing individuals, and each of them have their own story, you know, their own circumstances of life, you know, their own joys, their own tragedies, whatever the case may be, and it's nice to see that clients feel comfortable being able to share this with us and share just that little part of their lives, that whether it's, you know, a current thing or something from the past, and just to be able to see them really thrive. It is a special thing. You know, we're really just another tool, the way I look at it, another tool in the toolbox, right? For clients to be able to use and to help them, you know, figure out something or help them accomplish something. So I think that, again, is just a wonderful thing. So, you know, I hope every person who comes to our programs has an opportunity to really take something really positive away and feel supported in one way or another. You know, whether the outcome and what they originally came in with their goal, what the outcome is fully realized, or whether it's just a bit of a stepping stone to keep the momentum up and keep propelling them forward. You know, it's just a very, very wonderful thing. And I feel blessed. I feel blessed. And again, we just have amazingly diverse individuals coming into the program. So it's really exciting. All kinds of different ideas and different goals. So yeah, it's not just one type of client. So I think both of the Anne-Marie and Doug have really emphasized that, you know, if you're looking for somewhere that could fit, you know, we've seen a lot of different situations and a lot of different clients, and, you know, we certainly have an opportunity to see if we can help support anybody who's looking for it and who's willing.
Yeah, I think, you know, it really goes back to the Opportunities Fund program. allows us to really offer a flexible program. And I think both you and Doug have outlined that, you know, as Doug mentioned, the ideas and the career goals coming into our program are as individuals themselves. So it's interesting that there's such a variety in terms of what our clients are trying to achieve. But then, as you've mentioned, there's a lot of variety in terms of study skills and preferences, and we can really provide individual service on that basis as well. So yeah, I really appreciate both of your thoughts that you've added to the presentation. So thank you very much.
Pleasure, thanks.
Great. So I'm just going to close off here with a few success stories, and then I'm going to talk a bit about our organization itself. So this here is Colin Keene, and Colin has been with our organization for quite a number of years, originally as a participant himself, and now he's working as an instructor in our Web Essentials program. Super exciting for us. So, but back when Colin graduated, what he had to say was, since taking the IBD course, I've become more proficient and confident in developing websites. I have numerous websites since my graduation, and even my clients are impressed with my work. If it weren't for the IBDE course, I don't know what I would be doing as a career. The IBDE course and instructors have given me knowledge and confidence, which has shaped my career as a successful freelance website developer. So Colin took the program, as it shows, back in 2007, and then the advanced program in 2010. He started up his own business called Keene Computing Solutions, and now he's an instructor at Make a Change Canada. Really exciting for us, as I said. So the thing about Colin's story is that he is a quadriplegic, and he was working in a computer lab about an hour and a half or so commute from his home. He really enjoyed it. He started out as a volunteer, and then he was promoted up to be a supervisor. But the thing is that the commute was impacting his health and well-being. So he was looking for an alternative, and he saw our ad on TV and took the program. That's how he found us. And now, as I say, he's an instructor in our program. He worked as a peer tutor for a couple of years, and yeah, it's just wonderful. He's doing a great job as an instructor. So who knows, you know, where that'll lead to as well. So that's Colin's story. It sort of shows one person's background and how they came to us and how things are working out. This is another story. This is Cameron Miner from Ontario. And Cam had more of a career journey, so he's really someone who likes to find employment versus being self-employed. And so Cam completed both of our programs, Web Essentials and Web Advanced, in 2013. So I'm just going to read to you what he sent to us in an email just after graduating. He says, after notifying a job coordinator of my completion of IBDE's program, I received a job posting via email Tuesday. I contacted the company Wednesday and landed an informal interview the same day. I had a 15-minute meeting with the head of the company in the afternoon and started 8 a.m. the next day for a work trial. I finished a simple project for the company my second day today and made some good progress on a second project. At the end of the day today, I found out I will be able to officially start on Monday, November the 4th. Looks like finishing school in a highly popular field was a great choice. I want to thank all of you for your guidance and support throughout the past year. Completing a college program after failing to finish my university education was a great accomplishment for me. You have all been a really big help. So again, just like with Colin, we've kept in touch with Cameron over the years, and really the reason why we've been able to keep in touch is because Cam developed his own blog in the advanced program, and it's cam.majorminor.ca. Now, Cam lives with bipolar disorder, and he's really outspoken about his own experience living with the disorder, but also really how it's impacted on his family and how supportive his family has been all along for him. So due to his health, Cam did experience some difficulties, in just attending during a certain portion of the advanced program. But because he was able to reach out, and really we were able to form a bit of a plan together, and he successfully graduated. So I really commend Cam for knowing that he could reach out and helping us to work around what he was going through at that point in time. Super proud of him. Cam went on to, after this role here, he worked also as a technical support person in downtown Toronto on the 21st floor of Canoe Financial. And then he was also working as a technical sales consultant for a technology product. So, I mean, it just shows some of the places that people can go to as well by gaining these skills. This is a little bit different. So this is Elaine from British Columbia, and she was in our Business Abilities program in order to launch a business. And Elaine worked really diligently to move through the program and prepare a business plan in time for the busy tourist season to open. So we were really proud of Elaine. She was very proficient, working through the course materials, reaching out for assistance, getting the input of her business coach. And these are photos of her actual store that she opened, and she was successful in reaching her goal to open this storefront. Okay, so that's a lot about our clients. That's a lot of us kind of making assumptions about our clients or voicing our observations. But what's really interesting, and this also came out of our study that we completed, is what do our clients have to say about us? So this is really important. It was a really important study, and you can see it there in the hand. Our clients definitely like that we're experienced. That came out in a lot of their comments. So that's really important to our clients. But you can see all the soft skills here, all of the patience. They're saying we're supportive, accepting, personable is important. And I really like when you look out onto the fingers, they're kind. And I think that that's really unique in a sense to say, to describe a service program. So we're pretty proud of that. And it's definitely, I think, after getting this feedback from a population of our clients, that we do our best to always live by these standards, to keep in mind what is important to our clients and carry that out on a day-to-day basis as well, as best we can. A few final short sort of reflections coming from clients who have been through our programs. Now, there was a meeting in my town here of community advocates, and I attended this, and I think up until that point it didn't really strike me that at some level our programs are also helping to alleviate poverty. I didn't really think of it in those terms, but then I was reading these testimonials and around that same point in time, and it just really hit me. So I think these really speak for themselves, and I'll just read them out. Colin from British Columbia said, "It has been very difficult to come to terms with the changes in my life since the accident that left me with a brain injury 3 years ago. Programming in a quiet room is one of the few options I have now to contribute financially in my home. With this training, I have also been able to participate again in the business my husband and I built over the last 14 years. We are now able to offer web design as an option for our customers." Now, Willie from Saskatchewan said, "The program was very detailed and very instructive. The program helped us tremendously, and it will help us make a living. Being a disabled person, I need that because I can't go out to work. This program allowed me to set up a home-based business for me and my wife to work at home. Here's a quotation from Rita, and again, came in through an email one day. I just wanted you all to know and be encouraged that your amazing programs and support all these years has helped all the difference and so life-changing for me. I am so grateful you gave me the opportunity and so amazed at how far I've come. So Rita definitely has had a long career journey, but she's been successful finding employment as well as establishing herself as a web developer. And most recently, she's been mentored by a programmer in her community. And so that's a really nice relationship. She's been able to do some of the lower level work for a higher trained individual and form that collaboration. Okay, so the other arm of our organization is a social enterprise that we're developing. It's called Rogers Fire Nuggets, and these are fire nuggets that can be used to start fires, either in the home or out in the wilderness, on a camping trip, really anywhere, on a fishing trip. And so they're convenient to be able to start a fire quickly and not have to cut kindling in a home fireplace. But they can also be life-saving potentially for backcountry skiers, just to have them in their pack in case they become lost hiking or out, backcountry skiing. So this is really exciting for us, and it isn't our idea. This is the original idea of one of our own business abilities graduates. John Rogers from Nova Scotia developed this product. And now we're teaming up with John to push it out to get some groups in some communities manufacturing the nuggets. And then it looks like we may have a way to get them to market by collaborating with Scouts Canada. So we'll see where this leads, but super exciting. And just a few bullet points about the fire nuggets. So they'll be made by individuals whose greatest barrier is a lack of supportive employment opportunities to accommodate their original needs. So what the nuggets do is transform raw materials, natural raw materials that would otherwise be discarded, and it recycles them into a product that is eco-friendly and innovative. The industries that provide the materials, the wax and sawdust, and maybe the paper as well, let's hope, for the nuggets will be expressing their corporate support for meaningful social enterprise and enhancing their profile as a corporate citizen. So we will be reaching out to corporations who hopefully will want to come on board and help provide raw materials to get this venture really up and running quickly. Now, as I mentioned, this is the original concept of one of our own business abilities graduates. John's central motivation here is to bring a beneficial return to others in the community. I think that if I can sort of paraphrase for John, I've had a number of meetings from him, but I think, he's seen people struggle, and he just really sees that if he can somehow help people in the community have something more meaningful to do and to earn a bit of an income, then he'll be really satisfied. So it's great. We've all got some reason to be developing the social enterprise, and it's nice. It's different for us, and I think it has a lot of potential. I think I can say personally is that it offers sort of a third level, a third opportunity to clients who may come our way and may not be able to work in a regular job, can't start a business, maybe can't even participate in the technology training, but this is another opportunity where we can still work with people coming our way and providing assistance. Okay, so I can't shut off. I cannot complete my presentation without speaking about us as a national charity. So we are a national charity, and I want to say that there are many ways to become involved. We have several annual events, and we're all about celebrating success. So ever since our 10-year anniversary in 2015, we're really about speaking about success in different forms of success. So we'll continue with that sort of messaging in our work. As I mentioned, we're accredited since 2015. And I would be remiss not to mention that we are a charitable organization, and as such, we accept charitable donations, which are needed to provide the level of support that our participants need to be successful. So down the road, let's say that you have a friend or relative speaking about charitable donations and they don't know where to donate their money. If you think of us in a positive manner, if you've had a good experience in our programs, please do not hesitate to suggest Make a Change Canada, because we would be so thankful to be able to receive more donations and build our work in this area of supporting Canadians across Canada. So some of the events that we have each year are, first off, we produce a desktop calendar every year, and I mentioned this a bit earlier, but we produce a desktop calendar, and it features the work of our program participants and graduates. And actually, Toby, who's in the room here, is a wonderful photographer, and she's provided photos for our calendar for 2 years. So we're very thankful to Toby, and it's a super nice highlight of this year's calendar. So we do that every year. And we also run a student showcase and custom website competition. This year it's going to be held in August. And there's a link there if you want to visit the website of last year's participants. You can go and do that. But this year, anyway, we're going to change it up a bit, and we're going to have a panel of judges from leaders from the tech industry on that panel to judge the website. So I think it's going to really be a neat dynamic in the next website competition. And I really want to encourage all of our graduates to take that opportunity to get their work shown to the public and work on getting some more exposure for their skills. If you've been a program participant, there's always an opportunity to be a program ambassador. You're the biggest boosters of our organization. If you like your experience, if you've had a good experience, please don't hesitate to recommend our organization to others who are seeking to get a new start in a career or start a new business. We'd really be appreciative. You can always share your story, your success story, and we love that as well. We take great pride in our writing, and I promise you that we will be able to write an amazing story about your career journey or business launch. So do also take the opportunity to network and collaborate while you're in our programs. The world is becoming that much more digital, and this is an opportunity to form some real good connections with colleagues for your future success in the market. And employers, we want to encourage to hire graduates from our programs to make that step and that commitment to build diversity in employment, and we're here to help facilitate that as well. You can also become a volunteer. I'm very appreciative of the work of our volunteers. Our volunteers have worked on video transcription, creating closed captioning, working on social media, doing mail outs. There's been some volunteers doing writing, work on marketing, and also working on some organizational development projects. So there's really something here for everyone. And I do encourage anyone with an interest in volunteering to reach out to us to see what our latest opportunities are. And don't forget, we're on all the social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. So that's also a nice way to connect with us, is through social media. And please do subscribe to our email list. We've currently got a lot of information coming out about the Rogers Fire Nuggets social media, and that's a great way to make sure that you're getting all the bulletins regarding Rogers Fire Nuggets as well. You can always contact us as well. We're always here during all business hours. We have a toll-free number 1-888-927-7473. And those are all of our website addresses: makeachangecanada.com, businessabilities.ca, and IBDE.ca. All our websites have contact forms, so we're easily accessible for any inquiries that you have along the way. So I want to close off here today just by thanking you very much for your attendance today. And I'm so glad that you've been able to attend. It's always a pleasure to welcome others into our virtual classroom and give a presentation on our organization. Should you have any questions arise following this session today, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much. Have a great day and hope to see you again soon in the future. Bye-bye for now.